All right, we're live from London. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you with another match from the TTS leagues. This is season 12, week 6, the final week before we go into the elimination rounds. And we've got two players here who are on the bubble. Only one of them is going to actually be able to make it into the elimination round. So it's a serious match, as serious as games go anyway. And I am joined tonight by a special co-host. He's been on the show before, but it's always a privilege to have the mighty Rich Mid with us here tonight. Welcome, Rich.
Cheers, Norbert. Thank you very much for having me again. It's always a pleasure. Always love watching and commentating on some MCP games. It's never a dull moment.
It's great to have you back now that the Shatterpoint release is over and you're a little bit more focused on the MCP again. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we've just come off a live stream. I just got my hands on the core box
Nice.
earlier this week. So yeah, did the live stream today, and we opened up that core box and had a look at everything that was in there and gave my thoughts on it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But no, fully back into MCP. And yeah, really looking forward to WTC in just over a week's time.
Yes.
Really
So
looking forward to it.
if you haven't caught on yet, Rich Mid is the host of the Rich Mid Gaming channel. That's where you can see him on YouTube, catch up on all his content there. He's also one of the team members from England going over to the WTC. But tonight he's our dapper co-host, making sure that the Huggy Bear chair is being well looked after.
Well,
done.
I couldn't do Huggy an injustice, could I? So I did have to. For anyone who's just seen my live stream, they'll see that I've gone and got changed.
You're looking
purposely
fantastic.
For this one.
We're going to go over all that that style that you're bringing to the show in a moment, but let's let these boys get started. So let's take a look at these rosters really quick, and then we could chat about it and all kinds of things as they get ready. So Insidiously Mad is Conor, who is in England but originally Canadian. But what we're looking at currently is the red side, which is Rat Lord. His name is Jakob from Sweden, and let's see what Jakob brought. Agent Venom, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Drax, Gamora, Groot. Then we've got Thanos with the space reality. So Senior Thanos, the sombrero wearing Thanos is in the house. Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, and Hulkbuster. That's spicy.
Yeah, really surprised to see a Hulkbuster in there.
Yeah.
Really surprised.
All right, crises are ones that are going to be conducive to the Guardians game plan, which is Demons Downtown, Gamma Wave, and Alien Ship. Oh, I skipped one. Sorry, Intrusions. And then Extracts is Alien Ship, Deadly Virus, and Research Station. So all the nasty attrition-focused type of crises that he's got. All right, then on Conor's side, Insidiously Mad, we have Hulk, Ghost Spider, Daredevil, that's the OG Daredevil, Black Cat, Amazing Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman, OG Wolverine, and Wongers. And Struggle for the Cube is the Extract, along with Spider-Infected and Paranoia Pummels. I think these are all very classic Web Warrior type extracts. And then Superpowered Scoundrels, which might be a bit different, but maybe because of the Defenders aspect of his roster. Riot, Spark, and Portals Overrun City with Spider People. Any thoughts on this one? Go ahead, tell me.
Very interesting. I think just picking up on Rat Lords, first of all, couple of surprise entries in there. Really surprised to see both Thanos and Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, Cosmic Ghost Rider, for the most part, has really replaced Thanos in Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
But and having the two gems now not be restricted does make Thanos that little bit easier. Very, very surprised to see Hulkbuster, and what he's doing there, really.
Yeah, we need to ask him that, Rich.
I mean, I just can't see a situation where you're playing him over either of the other two big bads that he's got. I like this Defenders roster. I think new Daredevil brings something really nice to the game. New Wolverine is exceptionally good. If you can get power onto him early, I don't know if he's got any way of getting a power onto him. Maybe He's got Wong, so he definitely has it with Wong. But feed Wolverine 1 power on turn 1, and he's going to do some absolute work throughout the entire game. For me, I prefer the defenders matchup here than Spider Foes into Guardians. And Guardians with the addition of Cosmic Ghost Rider have got a lot of maneuverability and the ability to, pull Miles into range and utterly obliterate him with CGR.
Yeah.
I think is not a bad game plan at all. But yeah, like the rosters, Gwen's going to be pretty good against any of the big bads as well. Just keeping them out of trouble. But interesting lists.
I know this is some heavy hitting stuff happening here, folks. If you are new to MCP and want to see what is top level MCP like these days, just the meta currently, you're looking at some really kindly, wildly divergent approaches to the game, but both top level type of roster constructions.
Yeah, so it looks like Insidiously Mad won the roll-off with that crit there.
And he picked Secures, I just found out. So let's take a look what he got. All right, and here we are. The Secure that he ended up picking was Spider People, one of the favored ones for Web Warriors with a D map. I don't know if that's so good for defenders, though, because they like to gather people around them for the leadership ability to proc off.
Yeah, it's D maps are not the best for and they're not the best for Guardians, especially with the fact that if you do take CGR, he's not going to be able to interact and score you any VPs in the first turn. Alien ship's perfectly fine. I run alien ship in my Guardians roster. It's low scoring, which is kind of what you want for Guardians, because you are generally looking at more of the attrition side. I think nowadays with what you've got out there. So yeah, I think Ratlord will be fine with this. He just really needs to think about which of those heavy hitters he goes for. Because it's a pay to flip his portals, so even if you do pull your opponent off there or push them off with his push that he's got, they're still going to be contesting it, and CGR has no way of being able to pull that back.
All right, so I've been confirmed now. Are we getting into it, Rich? All right, screw this. Let's get it down to business first, right? Richard.
Oh, well,
yeah. I heard the cork coming out, and
the cork came out. Yeah, absolutely.
I have radar sense that's finely tuned to those sorts of noises, my friend. So regale us with this special concoction that you brought along tonight.
So this is a very fine whiskey. So this was hand filled by my partner. I bought her this as part of her 40th birthday present the other year.
What a great gift. Oh, amazing.
We did a tour of the Highlands and Islands and went to 4 or 5 different distilleries.
Right.
So this is you can't buy this anywhere. You can only get it directly from the distillery itself. This is batch number 1, bottle number 676.
Wow.
Bottled on the 30th of the 4th, 2022. And it is, if you get ready for this, Norbert.
Yeah.
Strength, it is 61.4%.
Yeah, cask strength. Yeah, nice one.
Because of the cask strength.
Yeah.
So
this
is what I shall be partaking
I'm super
in tonight.
jealous. I wish I were there because I'd love to try it and see what that tastes like. That sounds amazing. Do you splash some water into it because of the cask strength, or do you go with it neat?
I actually splash people are going to think I'm heathens for this. The tiniest amount of Pepsi. Tiniest amount of Pepsi.
All right.
Goes in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Where did you pick up that habit?
I just really like it.
Yeah.
I really
just
like
happened one
it.
day? Was it like
yeah,
you spilled some Pepsi?
What generally happens is that they get less and less Pepsi in them as the night goes along. And if I ever have one left in the morning and I go and pick it up and smell it, it's just like, oh, that is just pure alcohol now. There's no mixer in there whatsoever. But Yeah,
Cheers.
slancher, as they say in
Slancha,
Ireland.
yes, that's right. So I was at Tesco and I was hunting down see what kind of Belgian beers I can get a hold of. So I got a hold of this triple. It's a Chimay triple Belgian
Oh,
beer.
nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But because we were going to play Guardians, I figured that we're both going to be drinking quite heavily because of the disaster of a game that's going to be in front of us. Well, I have a second one on standby. This is
Perfect.
a Saint Bernardus. ABT 12. I'm not sure what that means. I'm looking forward to trying that. So, anyway, cheers, Rich, and a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers. No,
Cheers,
great to be
everybody.
on.
Hope you're enjoying MCP and the stream tonight. Right. Whew. Okay, I think we got that down. Map comes to us from tonight. Ooh, these are some rarities. Rye Tackle Draz
Oh,
and
wow.
Morgan Reed collaboration here. Confab put together this Crossroad Encounters. 38 points of terrain on the map, which is a nice juicy amount.
I didn't realize there were any maps left that Pat didn't build.
I know, they come up occasionally. All right, so here is the terrain. So we have D map for the secure. So here, over here on top of Gronko's shop, and over here on the bottom. And the extracts are down the middle, 3. So to remind everybody, for the extracts, if you pick one up, you have to roll. No, sorry. If you're holding one at the cleanup phase, and you have 3 or more power, you need to roll 3 dice for each skull. And wild, you suffer 1 damage, and people within 2 of you also suffer 1 damage. Then for the portals, you have to roll dice equal to your energy defense, and if you get crit wild or hits more than the number of healthy characters contesting the portal, it flips to your control. But if you roll at least 1 skull, then you're also placed within 2 of your current position. So really nasty, but pay to flip is what Web Warriors tend to like. Terms of terrain, we've got a size 4 building here on the bottom, a little size 2 bin over here, size 1 bench, size 2 barrels along the bottom, size 3 van, okay, that's a bigger van, size 3 dumpling restaurant, size 2 subway entrance, size 3 Punisher van, so lots of size 3s here at the bottom. Size 2 car, size 2 car, size 2 police car, Gronko's size 3, and Daily Bugle. Hey, Daily Bugle, size 3. So
Perfect.
lots of heavy terrain.
Yeah, lots of heavy terrain. I think Guardians have a couple of characters in there who can throw it. I saw Drax. I don't remember seeing Bill.
No Bill.
Which is a real surprise, especially because I do believe he had demons downtown. Obviously, giving out the incinerate and Bill being immune is, quite nice in that situation. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see Ratlord's game plan here, because I'm struggling to get my head around his roster, if I'm being brutally honest.
Oh, Rich, 2 things. First of all, your camera's turned off. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Is it because you're drinking now? You can't let your people see you drinking? Is that what's going on?
No. It's showing us on for me.
Oh, let me see. Maybe I turned it off. Oh, I don't know. It's fixed now. Rich, I want to let everybody know, including you, that it turns out both these players are going to the WTC. In fact, Conor is my captain on my team. But importantly, the rosters you're seeing here are both their WTC rosters.
Okay, excellent. That makes a little bit more sense, because obviously the restrictions that are in place do mean that you're a little bit more limited, aren't you, with who you can take. So I imagine somebody in Ratlord's team went, I really want Bill, and he was gentlemanly enough to give it up. Wow, 5 into 3.
Woof.
If that's coming up correctly.
Yes, you are correct. Just real quickly for people to understand, if they don't know about the WTC, it's a 5-person team that you build, and you can share crises and tactics. Like everybody can use as many of those as they want, but you can't repeat any characters across the team. And so that's what Rich was alluding to about the restrictions. So we're having a Mexican feast here tonight. We have Senor Thanos here. That's Space Reality Thanos, along with Star-Lord and Cosmic Ghost Rider. So all the big baddies all at once. We have Galaxy's Greatest. This is great. The big dumb hero tokens, which is like the newest thing on the scene. I'm sure we'll hear about that from you, Rich, later, because you love Guardians. Brace.
Absolutely.
Recal. fallback, and sacrifice. So lots of protection cards on, lots of protection cards, all of them. Then let's see what Conor managed to do. He was quite concerned about this matchup, but he was going to stick to his WTC roster to kind of test it out. So, good on him. He took OG Daredevil, so defenders with Amazing Spider-Man, who he loves now, Miles Morales. Oh, maybe not then. Black Cat and Wong. No, this must be defenders with Wong, right?
No. He can run either there because he's got 4 Web Warriors, and 3 defenders. So I think he can be running either.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting. I think right now, looking at it's very much in favor of Conor, just because of the fact that Ratlord only has, or Jakob, sorry, only has 2. It feels wrong calling somebody Ratlord, even though that's
I know.
But Jakob only has 2 characters who can score round 1, which means you would expect Conor to take a very early lead here. It's whether or not Thanos and CGR can do enough damage, I think, to take out some. There's some squishy characters in there, and I think he's wanting to be looking to table at least 1 character by the end of round 2. And probably Dave's 2 characters by the end of round 1, I think, to be within any real chance here, because it's looking pretty rough for the Guardian setup right now.
Well, let's take a look. So the cards that Conor took, a fallback, all webbed up, Spider Tracker, no matter the cost, and advanced R&D. So now this is interesting. So clearly it's a Web Warriors list. He's a Saigo Web Warriors, even though he took Defenders. But he took advanced R&D to help power somebody first play, and also no matter the cost, without OG Wolverine. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's got some plans.
I think you're right, Rich, though. You've got a very tall bruiser list versus a very, very maneuverable KG scenario setup here. Really interesting dichotomy tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jakob's going to be relying on a lot of dice, big dice rolls. Let's not forget that the 6 dice that CGR is already rolling can be boosted by Thanos.
Oh my god,
well.
That's right.
Thanos with the reality gem, is going to be kicking out a lot of damage. Right, both characters can, in Thanos's case, only count one skull, but so he's got a lot of firepower. I think end of turn 2 we'll have a much better idea in terms of how the land lies, because he could very easily take out Miles very early on. And also Black Cat, Wong. They're not, even though you can run up and run back with them, CGR and Thanos have so much movement and control in themselves that I think they are going to struggle a little bit to stay alive, but we will see. Spider Tracker is interesting as well. I've heard people say this. It only works, I believe, if you bring the card up for us there.
Yep.
Is it any movement?
After enemy character
so
ends
it's only
a move
action.
Yeah.
So the big thing here is that neither Thanos or CGR need to use a move action. They can, CGR can place them himself,
right,
which will not trigger it. And Thanos just brings you to him, right? He doesn't really care about anything from this side. Looks like we're getting power on Ghost Rider here. Looks like we only got 2.
Only 2, yeah. All right, real quick, let me do the deployment. So Thanos is just to the right of center with Star-Lord just next to him as well. CGR is just left of center. Meanwhile, from the top, the far left flank, very far left, is Amazing Spider-Man. Miles Morales next to him on the left. And then dead center is Daredevil. To the right is Wong, hiding behind Punisher's van. And the far flanking right is Black Cat. And yes, CGR rolls his 2 power, rolls 2 for power to get started. And it's Conor's go. Good to see everybody. Chat is blowing up. Thank you again, Rich, for alerting your very impressive following from the Rich Mid Gaming channel. And seems like we got a lot of new faces here tonight. Looking forward to having the chat with them all.
Excellent. Yeah, nearly 50 people,
Yeah.
which is great. Absolutely great. Not surprising to see a very early Amazing Spider-Man activation there.
Yeah.
Run up, take something, and get him back into safety. I think not a bad plan.
No.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a... Oh, we're not going to see... I thought we may have seen a pass there from Ratlord, but he is moving...
Star-Lord straight to the
up.
center. Wow. Now, that is only a size 2, so he'll get cover there, but he won't be hidden. Nigel is in the chat, and he's putting in quotes safety when I'm saying he's going to be safe there. Rich is, as I mentioned, is also on a team for the English, which is great. Looking forward to seeing him there in the flesh, playing his heart out.
Yeah, I'm taking Guardians.
Yeah, okay.
So, yep.
Did you get the
around with a few
CGR?
things.
You got both Ghost Riders. You got both, didn't you?
I got both. I am dual wielding Ghost Riders. I am a man of vengeance.
Pew pew.
As it said. So, yeah, I really like the double Ghost Rider. Both characters are just so good. They do slightly different things, but yeah, they're both very, very good in Guardians. I also got Bill as well.
Oh my God, you very gluttonous. Your team is very, very permissive. Lucky you. Hey, Rich, just so everybody knows, Wong double meditated there and ended up giving advanced R&D power to both Black Cat and Miles. Both are sitting now on 2 power each, and Wong is just going to sit behind the van. Done.
Yeah. Thought that could have been a nice opening turn play, and then giving an extra power to Amazing Spider-Man and letting him flip that portal as well. But I gather he wanted to make sure he was going to get that one on the flank.
So it looks like he got passed again. So Connor's decided to move Daredevil up to contest the back point, but also be within 4 of Star-Lord. He ignores all cover because he's the man without fear, and he's got radar sense.
Yeah. I don't think he'd have been getting in cover anyway because he's outside of one of that terrain piece.
Sure.
But yeah, even so, it's that new and improved... Oh, interesting that he rolled for the portal first.
Yeah, that's gambling.
Yeah, because obviously a skull there and he gets thrown back and he's out of range to do anything. So.
Yeah, interesting. Not a bad hit. 2 hits with a crit. Crit rolls into... Well, unfortunately, Ratlord saved very well, so nothing.
Yeah, blocking 3 from Ratlord. He does get his trigger, though, which is nice.
What is it on his attack? Is it to push or pull? It's to pull, isn't it?
It's a push towards.
Yes,
as
push
in the English language, it's known as a pull. Yes, they.
These
I'm not sure why they never implemented that.
They're Yankees, man. What do you expect? They don't understand how to use the language properly. I have given them the credit though, because they figured out the difference between may and can, which War Machine never was able to do, and so
that's good at least.
Yes,
that is good.
So here it's used properly, which is wonderful because it actually helps you understand what is you're allowed to do or not.
Which version of Huggy Bear am I going to be?
Oh yeah,
dropping innuendo or just insulting Norbert? I would never insult Norbert. I have far too much respect for Norbert to insult him. We can throw some innuendo in. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, my favorite line. I don't know if you caught the last stream. Huggy Bear was in rare form. I don't know what happened to him, but we were talking about how not our favorite beer. Carlsberg is, which will be predominant in Denmark when we go there to Copenhagen. And I said, why didn't you like it? He goes, well, Carlsberg is like the Danes themselves, cold and bitter.
I am in agreement with him though. Carlsberg is not my
not my favorite either.
not my drink of
Mostly because
choice.
it is just pretty cold and bitter. There's nothing else going
It
on.
really is. Yeah, it really is. So it looks like we've got some Thanos shenanigans. He's gonna, move Ghost Rider up, which kind of makes up for that lack of power that Ghost Rider got in his role, but does get him much closer towards hurting some people.
What's he rolling for? Oh, for
It
flipping
looks like he's rolling for the for the thing, yeah.
And he also did not roll a skull, so he's fine, and decides to move off the point for his second action.
No reason for them to hang around there.
PHP Chrono, it looks like both all the portals are bugged in that they don't hold or maybe this one does. No, they don't show the who owns it like they used to. So I don't think you need a screenshot. You could just mention it. Or maybe it's even all the pay to flips. Anyhow, looks like he was able to double move himself right over to the other side too. Now, does he have power to flip this one?
He should have.
No, because he flipped one and then it costs 2, I think, to do to move.
Oh yeah,
CGR. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's used his 3.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just there to make it harder for Miles to run up and do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Remembering Ratlord is also going to have priority as well, so...
Yes. Well, look, you also got lots of comments on the choice of dress tonight. I do want to, the English, when the English get their act together and actually put on the business suit that they've invented, let's face it, they do it so well. It's just fallen out of favor so much in this country. But when you're amazing. So tell us a little bit about this. You said you had a few things that you were trying to upstage Huggy Bear with.
Well, I mean, I joined your stream as a viewer last week, if you remember, and I did ask Huggy where his tie was. I didn't see his pocket square, and I was corrected, and rightly so, that no tie in a pocket square is absolutely fine, but not wanting to be outshone by the Europeans, Norbert. So I did go for. I'll stand up ever so slightly. I did go for the pocket square, but we also went 3-piece.
Yes.
And we've also got a second pocket square.
Yeah.
The tie. We've got the nice buttons on the side there as well.
Richard.
So
my Lord.
And then the lining is another favourite of mine. I think the lining of a jacket is very important.
Oh, Richard.
This is a gold paisley.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tweed 3-piece.
Ooh, Huggy Bear.
I'm not wearing. I am wearing trousers, just to clarify, but I'm not wearing the trousers as well because, top half for business, bottom half
for party.
For party. Yeah.
No, you're looking fantastic. That I'm jealous of that outfit. That's really quite nice. Okay, Miles made his way up to that portal. It looks like he attacked Thanos, but I'm not sure he did any. Where's Thanos? He did 1 damage and is now.
He's got a damage through,
and he gets to push him. Because he's only size in quotes, size 3.
Yeah, that's a nice play there for Miles. Means that he's, by no means guaranteed to get that point, but
it's a throw. Thank you, Toaster RP. It's a throw.
Oh, he's used the throw.
Yeah. So I think he used the 2 power he got from the advanced R&D to do his spender. Am I right? No, can't be, because that costs 3. So it's just his part of his webline kick. Wild throw throws size 3 less. So that's Store Lord having to take a dodge roll, but does
damage incoming. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 damage incoming, but he's done quite well so far. Yeah.
He's used his wing in it there.
Did he? Yeah. Okay, fine. So he's going to just take 1 damage from that, and of course Thanos ignores 1 damage, so he doesn't take the automatic one from being thrown. But he gets off the point, which is wonderful. Look at little Miles doing work. But fails. Oh dear.
I know which direction Miles is going in as well. Yeah, there we go.
Come here, you little pipsqueak.
That's very, very unlucky for Conor there.
Yeah.
He played that really well.
Yep.
And not getting these early VPs for Conor, as we sort of said, Conor really wants to try and get himself a very, very healthy lead early on.
Painful.
And not getting that is going to hurt him.
Yes. I mean, it's double whammy. He didn't get the point, and he also got the negative trigger and got pushed off at point. Really bad. And nobody over there to help him anymore. So that's the end of that. And Conor needs these points to win. That's how he's going to win this game.
Yeah. Looks like CGR is going to come over. Does he need to spend 3 or does he need to spend 4? That's going to be the big question here. I think it's close. But obviously remembering that I think it looks like he's probably checking up on Spider Tracker as well, making sure that he knows that he can do it.
Okay, I just got confirmation. It's Miles' leadership that's inactive.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah. Okay, so which means lots of defensive rerolls for people who are new to the game.
I think he gets in there with spending 3 power, which is all he had. Why did he only have 3 power?
Who's this? A CGR?
Oh, because he only rolled 3. Yeah.
Yeah, he rolled 2, and he gets 1 at the beginning. Right?
So yeah. So I was.
Yep.
So that 1 less power is really hurt him here because it means he's not going to get the the pull.
Yeah.
On the first one.
Okay. Ooh.
It's a meaty roll there from
Rat Lord.
Ghost Rider.
4 hits, including 2 crits, rolls into 5 hits. No skulls. 2 saves. Not too bad. Not too bad for Miles. Looks like winging it is happening, so we'll see if Rat Lord gets a few more damage going through. And he does not. Oh, so
no,
the
he
skull.
blanks out.
No, doesn't the skull?
Oh, he does from the skull.
Yeah,
the skull counts.
Yeah, I have to remind myself about that too. Miles gets his reroll in there. So, he got a save too. So that works out for him. Lucky him. So that's 6 hits into 3 saves. So 3 go through out of 5 hit points. Oof.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, there we go. Double tapping him. I think it's the right play here.
Well, this is what CGR does. So, if anybody's out there drinking along with us, you may want to drink quickly.
It's going to be 4 for him. Miles is blocking 2 at the moment. He needs this reroll to hit.
No luck.
And he doesn't.
Oh no, wait. It was something wrong with the dice. Now he's re-rolling it.
Okay.
No, it doesn't look good. Only 2 saves. That's it.
Yeah, so that's going to be Miles down. And this is what I was talking about, Norbert, in that now looking at the positioning of Miles, Ratlord's going to have that first activation, and you would almost guarantee that Miles goes off the board.
Yep.
At the end of whoever he chooses to activate first. Yeah, Conor's been very, very unlucky there, I feel.
Yep. It happens, though. It's not like it was... like the decision... It was just the dice. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's not like he was... Yeah. What I'm trying to say, it wasn't like he put himself in a position and had to have the dice bail him out. To get those points, you have to do what he just did.
Oh, absolutely. But, it is a dice game at the end of the day. And I always say to people who complain about dice, if you don't like dice, go play chess. Because it's...
Yeah. Even chess is imbalanced.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to roll for the point here with Black Cat as well, because I think she did have 2 power on her from the advanced R&D. If Conor can get these 2 points here, that's really nice for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish Ratlord would throw a little token on the table for us to help us out for his. Oh, he did. Did he roll it? He rolled that one. Yeah.
He rolled it. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If he got it or not.
I think he did, and in fact didn't have a skull. I think I said that. So, but this is the problem. I wish they would put the little markers down. Maybe Ratlord's going to do it now that he sees it. Yeah, sure enough. Cool.
Oh, perfect. So it's going to be 4 into 2 at the end of round 1, which, yeah.
All right. So that is 2 points. 2 points for Ratlord because he has 1 secure and 1 extract. Conor, Insidiously Mad, has 4 points, 2 secures, 2 extracts. Extracts don't have 3 or more power on them, so that doesn't kick in, and we just go into round 2. And as you said, Rich, Rat Lord has priority, which is exactly what you want in a tall attrition-focused list. So dice are being rolled. That's for Ghost Rider. He rolled 3. At this point, the rolls don't really matter too very much because he's carrying over so much power from the previous turn.
I think he only had 3, so he needed that extra power for the for his token. So he's counting all those failures.
Oh, right.
Generally where you want him to be.
Did the token go away? How much? When does the token go away?
So at the beginning of the power phase or during the cleanup phase, you lose the token, and then at the end of the power phase, if you have 5 or more power, so once you've got your 1 plus anything from anything else, so his ability to roll 5 dice and everything else,
right,
you then get the token back. So even though they're not showing it on there, he does have that token.
Okay, got it.
I can imagine a pull into So I was just going to say a pull from Miles, give him the incinerate, and then a double tap from Ghost Rider to take him out.
Oof.
Down to 2 dice, I believe, on his energy.
Yep.
And it becomes a bit of an uphill struggle, I think. For Conor.
Yeah. Let's see if he survives the first attack. There's the incinerate. He'll be only rolling 2 energy defense. Oh god. 6 hits, including a crit.
Yikes.
That's the 7th hit.
Miles has done okay though.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits into 2 saves.
2.
That's 5 hit points.
I can imagine the winging it token coming out here.
Yeah, but he only has 5 hit points. Am I misreading anything?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
No, he's down.
Casual.
Yeah,
okay. Leadership
that is
across the table. Wow. Okay.
Now this leaves CGR to be free to move around and do whatever else he wants to do as well.
He's having a look at Black Cat. Remember, she has stealth. But Ghost Rider, he currently can port himself 5, range 5 if he wanted to.
He can, but he's not going to be able to do the pull if he has to use any more than 3 power.
Oh, is it cost? I thought that was.
It costs 2. Yeah, so the power costs 2.
Oh, I see. Somehow I thought it was always just part of his attack. I didn't realize he had to pay for it.
No. It's Chains of Sitarak. He has to.
All right. Okay.
He has to pull them to give them the.
Right. Okay.
The incinerate. So
yeah, and
he may go after Spider-Man here.
Yeah. She's too tanky nowadays to risk just a normal attack on her, so I can understand why he's going to go looking elsewhere.
I mean, he's probably got a range 1 bump. And being able to pull Daredevil forward as well.
I thought you were not going to do the innuendo tonight, Rich.
I said there may be a sprinkling.
A sprinkling. Okay.
There may be a sprinkling.
Maybe it's just my mind.
So, what are you bringing to WTC then, Norbert?
Probably a few bottles of whiskey, and
excellent.
and maybe some gifts for my opponents. Is that what you meant? No, I'm bringing Criminal Syndicate. I've honed the list with the help of my players, my teammates rather, and Pat Dunford on a very raucous train trip home from the York Weekender last weekend. And so we refined it a bit, so it's now a quite balanced dual Crims list between Kingpin and Shadowland Daredevil.
Nice.
So yeah, looking to take on all comers with it. Apart from this roster,
I think Crimson are in a really good position.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't think they shine like in any particular aspect, you know. So it's really an all comers list. But I feel like at the WTC that could be an advantage.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everyone's not going to have all of their normal tech and normal characters that they have access to. So, and I think, I think even without tech, I think Crimson are a very solid
Mm-hmm.
team. Yeah, so I think we're going to see the pull on Peter
ASM.
Parker here, Amazing
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Yep. Which is important because one of his great the way his character works is his defensive ability is really he's very hard to take down. But if you incinerate him, that suddenly becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think we missed as well. I think we had a boosted attack from Thanos on that first
Yeah.
attack
Okay, makes sense.
into Miles as well.
Okay.
Um,
Via Death's Decree.
yes.
Yeah. This is the power list, guys. Star-Lord, Senior Thanos, and CGR. I've seen it before. It's like what original Malekith was like, very, very low model count and just a lot of terror. All right, so that's the pull. Doesn't really pull him very much because of the car, but he gets incinerated. That's the important part. And now comes the Chains of Cinerac. No, I guess I don't know what the normal attack is called, whatever it's called.
Do you know what? I've played him so much.
I'll tell you.
And I still forget the
Hellfire
name of it.
Blasters.
Hellfire Blasters, that's the one.
So he only rolled Oh no, he's rolled 5 hits. I keep forgetting the skull.
No, he's got 6.
Oh, they each count. Oh God.
He counts all skulls. Yeah.
God. Okay. All right. Carrying on. Moving on. Woo! That's a casual 5 out of 6 hit points done to Amazing Spider-Man. Wow.
Yeah. I think he's forgot that he's got full rerolls there.
Oh yeah, maybe he's gonna do it now. Or maybe he's done it when we were not watching. No. So only 4. 4 hit damage goes through out of his 6 hit points.
I think we just saw Witty Banter being used, and we forced
a reroll.
Forced him to reroll.
Thank you. Perfect. I wonder what he said to CGR.
Yeah, probably leave me alone. And where's Miles?
Pick on somebody your own size. All right, that was the end of CGR's Reign of Terror for round 2. Still Thanos in the chamber, but let's see what Conor decides to do next. He's still only got 2 hit points left on Amazing Spider-Man, who is incinerated.
Yeah, he doesn't have a patch up either, which is going to hurt.
Ooh, all the witty banter is happening in the chat. These guys are great. You guys are amazing. They're making all kinds of things that Amazing Spider-Man would be saying to CGR. You guys are amazing.
Johnny Blake, Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. All right, so I think ASM is trying to web swing over to closer to Star-Lord, and maybe he's going to attack Star-Lord next. No, they did all webbed up. He did the all webbed up turn because as he slows everywhere. So all 3 of Rat-Lord's characters are now slowed.
I think he still has the. I think he still did the web swing as well.
Mm-hmm.
The slow, I mean, it exists. It's not. I don't feel like it's going to hurt Rat-Lord too much. I think we're seeing a sacrifice.
Oh, yeah, sacrifice
Thanos,
got played.
maybe?
Yeah, probably Thanos, because he was probably attacking, well, I don't know, CGR or Star-Lord, either one. But I think it got pushed into Thanos. And let's see who takes
Oh, that's a big roll.
big hit. Look, Conor needs, but if it's going into Thanos, it's not going to mean terribly much. Nope. Yeah, sure enough, it was into Thanos. 5 out of 8. So he took 4 hit points out of that big roll. Nice.
He did get his momentum as well. I believe, yeah, meaning that he does get to place within 1 and then do some potential more damage there to Star-Lord. So 3 incoming damage from the collision.
I see. Thank you. He manages to save it though.
Star-Lord.
I mean, goddamn Star-Lord. He's so this is what he does.
Oh, he's blocked it all.
Just like in the films. Oof. All right, so let's see if he does a follow-up into either one. Sacrifices off the table. Another big hit into Thanos, going directly into Thanos. Thank you, Connor, for showing us what you're up to. Big roll. Let's see if he
Conor
can
can take Thanos out here.
Yeah?
That is huge.
Be big swing
Absolutely huge.
Oh, yes! 9 hits!
Whoa!
Wow! Yes! This is a game now, folks! Let's go! Boom!
That, like, that genuinely...
Recalibration matrix! Oh, no! Richard!
No, he's got recal!
No, those dice!
Oh, no!
No. Oh, 3, 4, 5.
And it's nowhere near as good. 5
minus,
down to
minus 2.
minus 2. So 3 go through. Still takes him out. Still takes him out.
Why didn't he use the wing in it token? Why didn't he use the wing in it token? Right?
Very strange, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to take it away from the excitement, but I mean, it's like, whoa, what happened here? Because he had a blank and a hit that he could have re-rolled. I don't know. Maybe he just forgot.
Well, no, because...
Oh, recal. Can't after recal.
Recal happens at the very end.
Thank you, Chance.
Because you're, yeah.
Thank you. Wow. So he got through that through the skin of his teeth. He must be sweating bricks over there.
That is absolutely huge. Because he's got long move characters that can very easily go pick up other points as well. He can afford for ASM to go down here from Star-Lord.
Sure. He's done his work.
Star-Lord with 4.
Why this is a big deal is because on the injured side, Thanos loses his cosmic portal, which means he can't push other people around anymore.
Yep.
And sure enough, Star-Lord takes down the incinerated ASM, which means he loses an extract. Let me parcel this back a little bit, guys. There you are.
Important to note as well that because CGR had spent all of his power, he had no power left for his clapback either.
Thank you, Rich.
So obviously, when you daze an allied character, he gets to make an attack, but didn't have the power for it.
All right, for the record, I am not a fan of that Chimay triple. Ooh, is it bitter? Not my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, very bitter, which I'm not a big fan of.
I usually like a triple as well.
Yeah, I know. They're usually not this bitter. That's why I was surprised. This one I'm pouring now seems much more like my speed. Right, second attack goes into Daredevil? Yeah. Daredevil. And it was a good hit.
Yeah, Daredevil's struggling there.
Yeah,
but
he rolled skulls.
He's not going to take him down.
No, he's
so
fine.
5 into 1, so he takes 4. He's okay with that.
Look at the color of this one, Rich. This is more my speed. Just if you're looking for a Christmas gift for me.
Oh, very nice.
Isn't that dark brown? Isn't that nice?
And he is all out of activations now. Oh, he's gone down?
Who did? Daredevil? No.
No, okay. No, they've just put the daze token on ASM.
Okay.
That's what
but
it
Daredevil
was.
took 4 out of 5 hit points there and got slowed.
Yeah, I feel like that's okay. Daredevil will probably put some work into... I think we're seeing... is it not Devil's Deliverance? Daredevil's clapback here.
Oh.
Is it Man Without Fear?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Man Without Fear.
3 out of 4. 3 shields of 4.
Oh
God.
man.
That sucks. Bleh. Boy, these dice are swingy tonight. My God. So yeah, that's the ability where he can do an attack against somebody who attacked him, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure why we got 7 dice.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not
Just
used to
wondering
this
where
character
the
yet.
other dice came from. Because it's just a strike, which is normally 5. Oh, all webbed up. There we go. Thank you, chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's 5 up to
7.
7.
Okay. And it looks like he's trying to get out of there instead of trying to take down Star-Lord. Because let's face it, if he stays there, he's just going to get pummeled on next turn because he's going to lose priority.
Yeah, Conor really wants to think about maximizing his points here as well. I'd really be looking to try and get to their back point, probably with Black Cat.
Yeah.
You know, makes sense to have one go pick up that objective, run back with it. Oh no,
Yeah, Wong, I'm not sure. He moved up
Wong's
onto the car,
Bean?
and I thought that he was going to take the slow off of Daredevil, like some of the people in the chat. Oh, Wong healed Daredevil. That's what it was. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Wong took 2 hit points off of Daredevil, who's now on 2 out of 5. Daredevil not doing terribly much. And
Yeah, he's going to go pick that up.
Yeah, it's Daredevil's activation now. So before, the movement you folks saw was his superpower reactive ability when he gets attacked. So he didn't actually activate. So Wong went next, moved up on top of the Punisher van, and then healed Daredevil. Now Daredevil himself is activating, and it looks like he's just going to get those free points and try to beat up Star-Lord. A lot of hand waving going on, but okay. Conor is committing. Pick up
She's made the move.
There's the token away. And I'm just going to check when you have to check the power level of your extract. Is it cleanup phase?
He's during the cleanup phase.
All right, so
I
he's
think,
fine for this turn. He's only got 2 power right now, so he's fine. Didn't clear off the slow, though. It's sad, Daredevil.
Yeah, I think probably taking the 2 health back off him was better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Thanos has got a throw as well on his builder, so I'd be very surprised if Black Cat didn't just run to the. Oh, okay.
She has an extra extract.
Playing the old Web Warriors game of get the hell out the kitchen.
She's hiding behind those barrels. Well, she doesn't have to stay there, Rich, right? Because this is pay to flip, so he owns that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought he may have double moved onto the back point.
Yeah, sure.
And just
good point.
Double down and taken the 3.
Yep.
The 3 secures, but look, sometimes I had to do this in my game against. I played Liam last night, and I had to run without. Angela had 3 cubes, and I had to take her as far away from Cosmic Ghost Rider as possible.
Yeah.
So sometimes you've just got to do what you've got to do to win.
Oh, congratulations on making cuts in season 12.
Yes, very happy about it. With Winter Guard as well from our last 2 games.
Did you?
Which,
oh, amazing.
Caught out a lot of people, I think. Yeah.
Good for you. Awesome. Yeah, Winter Guard, if you haven't heard, has gotten a major bump in their abilities by getting a few more affiliated characters added to their roster. So if you haven't looked at the affiliation list, take a look at it now.
Yeah, I think the best addition there is Black Widow 2 threat. It just allows for so much more flexibility when you're building.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Toast. Appreciate it.
So that is 8 points for Conor to 4 points for Ratlord. Round 3 gives Ghost Rider 4 power. 4 power. Still slowed, though.
Yeah, with his placement, I don't really think he cares too much.
No. And Ratlord looking to see who his first victim will be.
Who's the victim going to be?
Is it Thanos that's going first?
Yeah, even though he's lost his portal, he does still have the space gem.
Right.
I believe so.
Yep.
Still has some shenanigans that he can do, and he does still hit like a truck, right? Yep. 6 dice physical with a throw on a wild is not to be sniffed at, especially when he's got a wing in it token. So he's got rerolls. Looks like it's going to be a cosmic attack into Wong.
Did he spend some power?
Yeah, Wong or ASM, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's
like,
ASM. Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens with this energy attack. Oh, another great hit roll.
Oh,
My
my
God.
word.
5 hits with 3 crits. Good Lord. That's 8 altogether.
Oh, that is,
Devastating.
unless we see some rerolls here, that is sayonara.
Ugh. So 2 saves so far. Rerolls haven't been done yet, I don't think. Oh, that was Ratlord doing winging it. Yep, sure enough, winging it. So he's got 9 hits going into 2 saves so far.
He needs these 2 to stay alive.
He does not. He does not. Boom.
That's going to be rough.
Yeah. Yikes.
Oh, Guy, thank you so much, Guy. Really appreciate it, and really looking forward to seeing you in Copenhagen in a week or so. I had a great game against Guy early on in the
Nice.
TTS league, and he's coming over as part of the Israeli team.
Ah, right. Oh gosh, I hope you guys are okay and don't have any trouble coming over as a result of the troubles over there. What a bitch.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually work for an Israeli company, so yeah, it's been
Oh God,
been a little bit crazy to say the least.
I can imagine. Okay, the second action going into Wong. Wongers. Let's see if
What has
this.
Wong ever done wrong?
Oh man, did you watch the She-Hulk series on?
I did. I know a lot of people didn't like it.
I
was a
liked
fan.
it. I did like it a lot, actually.
I was a really big fan of it. I thought it was, you know, it was a bit of a palate cleanser in between
Sure.
some of the more intense MCU stuff that we've had.
Yeah. Who is the actress who was sitting with Wong watching films and eating popcorn? She was amazing.
Oh.
She was so good.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, she was brilliant.
Wow. Ratlord rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage into 2 saves. No, I think they're forgetting the skull because they only gave Wong 3 hit points out of 4. How's that?
Cover.
Oh, cover. Thank you. Wow.
Cover from the.
He totally
from the
tanked it. Wongers. Hey, Wongers.
Wongers doing the work. Doing the work. So we had a question that I think somebody asked: is the Guardians team about dazing KOing 1 character per activation or per Thanos CGR activation? Ben, I think it depends on which version of Guardians you're playing. I think when you're going 3 into 5, irrespective of what affiliation you're playing, you need to daze and KO characters. Like, that's just the only way that you can play the game. So it's definitely, I think, Connor's game plan here.
All right.
Is Connor forgetting that he's got the slow?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here because also I don't see a tick mark. Oh no, Thanos is done. Beg your pardon. So yeah, I don't know. Where's CGR?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Yeah, he's got rid of that slow. He's hiding behind the building. He's not going to be able to get
Completely away.
fully behind it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, so he shook and then he walked.
yeah. But right now, Connor's scoring, probably 3 VPs this turn, with Black Cat, Daredevil, and the 1 point that he's got, because I'd imagine Star-Lord will walk up and take the other one. Cosmic Ghost Rider needs. I don't know if he can get over to him and be in range.
So apparently the actress's name is Patty Guggenheim.
Guggenheim, yes, I did know that.
I'm sure Richie used to probably date her in a previous life. The way you used to be with the ladies. I know you.
Oh no!
No? You sure?
Well, let's. That's not for a live stream. That's not for a live stream, no. But that's maybe a me and you conversation in
WTC.
in
Gather around,
WTC.
everybody. If you see me and Rich talking with beers in our hands, you need to come over and listen to his Patty Guggenheim story. You could sell ice to an Eskimo. I'm sure of it, Rich. So Guggenheim didn't stand a chance.
Oh dear, no. I've never met the lady. I'm sure she's delightful. Yeah, I always think that Daredevil has stealth, but he doesn't, does he? So it does mean that CGR can be within range 4 of him.
Well, he's going to chase down Daredevil. This is just like one of the Netflix films. You know, Daredevil's just like trying to survive. All the bad guys are ganging up on him.
As in, this team reduces the numbers disadvantage by making sure each time punishment. Oh yeah, 100%. Like Ben, if you are playing this list, you are there to murder people. That is 100% what you're looking to do.
Yeah, you score 1 or 2 points to stay relevant, and then you just go around murdering people.
Yeah, which is why I was really surprised that we didn't see Black Cat.
Try to stagger
to move
people
a little bit further over there, I think. Yeah. Why we didn't see Black Cat moving to that back point, because all of a sudden he's on 9, Rat Lord's on 3. That's a spicy difference, but I think we're going to have an empowered attack here into Daredevil.
Right. So this means no change to Sidorak, but Thanos is giving him extra dice.
Yeah.
Which is almost the same.
Oh, is this I think this is Spider Tracker, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think we've used Spider Tracker because he did use a
nice
move action.
Yeah.
He used a move action to get up there. This is very, very big.
Clever.
Spider Tracker play there. So
why don't you
outside of range 4.
Break that down for people at home? What just happened?
So, what Rattler was trying to do there was make sure he stayed within range 4 of Thanos,
right?
But get within range of Daredevil,
right,
to do the attack.
Yeah.
So he placed himself once.
Yep.
And then he used a move action
to get up on the building.
Get up on top. But because he used a move action, it meant that he could use Spider Tracker, which meant now CGR doesn't have a target. So he's gone an entire round without making an attack. And that is not where you want to be with CGR.
Yeah. So a couple things. He could have actually done the move first and then the port. And he would have avoided this problem. But it was just a human error.
Yeah, that would have been the cleverer play. The problem there is then you need to fully eyeball the range 4 because you can't have your placement tool and the range 4 tool down. But I do feel like he could have quite easily made that. So
I'm surprised he didn't spend his last power to try to flip that portal, but maybe he didn't want to get moved, risk getting moved.
He has a token, so he can't.
Oh, right, of course. So he's doing nothing.
He can't. He's literally doing nothing. He could have had he had an extra power though to be able to place himself further as well. So he could have moved up. Thanos was in the way slightly, but he could have moved up, then placed himself, then done the attack.
Yep.
But weirdly, Conor is in a not bad position here. He's not going to have priority going into the next round again, but I think that's fine for him. And now CGR's over this side of the board.
Yeah,
I do feel like it frees up for the double move from Black Cat to go take that last point from Star-Lord. You know, right now you probably activate Wong, which he hasn't done yet, but oh no, so he's going to go Star-Lord first. He's going to put him on the back point. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. So Black Cat and Wong still to go. So it looks like Rat Lord passed, so Wong is going to go. And Wong's going to go and try to help out his buddy Daredevil. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the is the heal a action on Wong. I always forget
Yeah,
because
I'm
he is
almost certain.
slurred.
I'm almost certain.
Um,
Meditate's an
no,
action.
it's not. Oh
Yeah,
no, Vishanti's blessing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I don't think he could have done.
no. He's slowed though, so he's not going to get over there. So that's the other problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I want to see Wong charge into Thanos and just do what Wong does with his 4 dice. I think it's actually impossible. Yeah, it's actually impossible for Wong to take out Thanos there because even with 4 crits into 4 results,
Yeah, it's 8.
Thanos has 9 and reduces by 1. So
Right. So Wong looks like he healed himself and walked backwards. And Star-Lord looks like he's going to move forward to take that point.
yeah, I think it makes sense. Ratlord needs to score some VPs here, otherwise,
Yeah.
you know, he's not going to be in a great position. A failure here for Star-Lord. It doesn't sound like much moving him 2, but really gets him out of position going into the next round.
Yeah.
You know, he should flip this by math, but
Yeah.
which he
Plus it-
does, and he doesn't get the placement. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, I think Black Cat has to go to that back point now and take that back.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because Conor needs points. That's the only way he's winning this. Now that his
Yeah.
heavy hitter's off the table.
And he's scoring 3 at the moment. Going and taking that one takes it up to 4, which puts him within reaching distance of taking this.
Yeah, 12. Wow.
Oh, is he going to go try and stagger?
No.
No, he's out. He's out of range for that.
Okay. Yeah. Is it 2? Range 2, right? Yeah.
I think it might be range 3. He had the 3 up. It is range 3. Yeah, Troublemaker is range 3.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Interesting. Why isn't he going to flip that thing? I'm not sure what Conor is up to here with this. Because he could have gone over those barrels and stuff, so he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah. His purpose is trying to stay as far away, I think, as possible. I think he's put himself equally as distant away from both CGR and Thanos.
Yeah, he looks like he's playing for next round. Thank you.
Yeah, so he can move up, flip it, and then move back away. I personally, I think I'd have preferred to go and take that 1 VP.
Yeah, because it's a pay to flip,
round.
which means that they have to come over and try to flip it back. Yeah. All right, 11-7. 5 points away for the win. Ratlord has priority again. This is CGR rolling his power dice. And
Now
rolls
this
2.
is really big. So he's only have they hit the power button yet?
I don't know. I think so.
I think they have. Yeah. So this means that CGR can go over, take out Daredevil, and then can go and pick up the objective and flip points as well. So this is quite big.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think Conor really needed to take that other.
Yeah, we have to ask him
point
about
there.
that one. That's an odd one. So this is Ratlord. Now, so this means that CGR can contest.
CGR can now contest. He's a normal character now
Right.
for this round.
Okay. But doesn't get
I-
skulls anymore.
Loses his skulls.
Yeah.
But I think even so,
He does a lot of
double
damage.
tapping into a Daredevil.
Yeah. Not so good.
Although Daredevil can hit him back, it's only a strike. He will get the extra dice for the slow, I think. Or maybe that's just a 1 round thing. He's definitely eyeing up Daredevil. I mean, he's the obvious. Oh, and he's going to pull him towards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's going to be 6 dice into the 2. But Daredevil getting full rerolls. And is it full rerolls?
For whom? For Daredevil?
No, he just gets blanks. Sorry.
Yes, blanks. Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets blanks. Yep, he's gone down.
Yeah, no surprise.
CGR's going to pick this up.
Yep.
And then he's probably going to go flip that
Yep.
point.
Yep.
Because I think at this point now... Yeah, it's gone straight over. All of a sudden, they are scoring 4 points this turn right now
Yeah.
to their 1. Yeah, so he's rolling for the portal. Or the... yeah, it is a portal, isn't it?
And he makes it, but fails the gets the skull. So let's see where Conor puts him.
I imagine as far away from Black Cat as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so that token needs to go away. The Web Warriors 1, and it'll be a Guardian's point here at the bottom. And Store Lord is sitting on 1 as well. And they also have the home one where Black Cat is. And Black Cat looking to go over there. But why wouldn't he move Daredevil there? Or is he done already? Yeah, he's dazed.
Yeah, Daredevil's down. Conor is going to get priority. Which is interesting. That was Ratlord that was measuring that, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
So I think he probably wants to try and make sure that he's on that point still.
Oh, right. He still has an action. Yeah. So he's going to try to body block that point.
Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, but I do feel like you rewind this game a little bit, and Miles not flipping that point and getting placed was absolutely huge for Conor.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, he's got 4 more VPs unless they go deal with it. And if they go deal with it, he's got more characters left on the table. Yeah, that was, even though it was so early in the game, big turning point.
Yeah, it was really brutal. It fell right into the Guardians game plan, basically.
I need to slow down drinking my whiskey here.
It's a very intense game.
No, but otherwise...
Tomorrow will be an interesting morning.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, Black Cat's going to move up. I mean, he needs to score as many VPs as he can now, but the problem he's got is CGR and Thanos can just get around so easily.
Yeah. And he does it, but gets the damn skull again. Jeez Louise. And that puts her right on top of the bloody thing that was giving her
Luckily,
cover.
she does still have an action.
Yes, that's right. Good point.
Let's
see where he decides to put her.
So it gets that point, gets moved up to the top of the building. I think they're just rectifying. Yeah, there we go. They're just rectifying and and doing that. Thanos doesn't have Cosmic Portal. He needs to remember this. Like, and Black Cat turns off a lot of what Thanos can do. Right?
Yeah.
He, with the I forget the name of the superpower that she's got.
Is it bad luck or something like that?
Bad luck. Yeah. So, he doesn't get to explode those reality gem crits that he gets. So,
Yeah, bad luck.
I think I'd have liked to have seen Black Cat moving further up the board and maybe
Yeah.
going behind that car
Yeah, I was thinking
and
the same
positioning
thing.
herself
Yeah.
for being able to move into that top point there. But what can Wong do against the Star-Lord?
Yeah, he'd be lucky if he doesn't die. He'll be very thrilled with that. All right. Oh, God. Yeah, Thanos is helping him out. They really want Wong off the board.
Well, it goes from a 5 up to a 7 dice builder.
3 hits, including a
Which-
crit. No, yeah, 3 hits, including a crit. Crit rolls into nothing. Wongers.
He does still have a wing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we get to see Wong rolling his defense dice first. Let's see what he does.
Oh,
Oh, God.
he's fluffed it.
He shit the bed.
He has absolutely fluffed it. Yeah, one goes down. He already had priority.
Yeah.
So he will retain. He'll keep the priority that's still there. But
Yeah.
the VPs now are looking rough.
Yeah. Thanos is going to go start tromping his way over to that one. Thanos size 3, right? So he could just walk over.
Thanos
this.
is size 3. He can just walk over it, but he's used the space gem, I think, just to place himself.
Sure. There we go.
I imagine he'll move up. He'll punch Black Cat. Not worried too much about the result. Just wanting that wild, which with a wing in it, is with 6 dice is fairly easy. And then he'll throw her off the point and then try and flip that portal, meaning that Connor's only going to score 1 this turn to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which
Bratlor's dice have
that's
definitely been on fire too.
3 crits, so 6 results.
They don't
Into
explode
one-
into her, which is nice, but
Doesn't matter. It's 1 defense dice. Oh,
it's just enough, which is a real bitch. Oh. And he didn't even roll the wild too, so he could have. Oh dear. These dice, Bratlor's dice. I'm telling you, it's Carl. Carl, the new mod developer of the mod, has sweetened up the dice rolls in the red box. Everyone's.
I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, play red, everybody. Put all your money on red.
Is it every blue player that said that?
Yeah, that used to be the blue players. So Carl's sweetened up the programming on the red side now.
So I think we'll see. I don't know why we haven't put power on Thanos there, but I think he's definitely got enough to pick up the objective and then try and flip.
Yeah.
This list reminds me of my old Brotherhood of Mutants list that I won quite a few events with. And at 20 threat, I used to play Magneto, Scarlet Witch, and Thanos with the reality and time gem, which was just utterly bonkers. So Joe Manjid, I think if you look at what people have played going into the top cuts, I think at least in the European one, the people that have made it or the people that have the chance to make it, only about 28% of players were playing Guardians, or had played Guardians at some point. So I don't think it's a huge amount.
They all get to switch, though, Rich. They can switch anytime they like.
This is why, even though I'm a Guardians player through and through,
Right.
I'm thinking about, and this is what I did in my last game against Liam, was he didn't play Guardians, but he played Inhumans with CGR.
Mm-hmm.
And I just built a roster that just dealt with CGR. That was the one
Okay.
thing to do.
Right. And it worked?
I mean, I won 19-9, I think. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'd say so. All right, so this is sorry, round 5. Thanos, sorry, CGR rolled a 2 power for his insane dice, and it's Connor's go.
Yeah, a luxury for Conor.
He's got Daredevil, Black Cat, and Wong still on the table.
Just to clarify about that as well, that 19-9 point difference, like that, it wasn't a true reflection of the game. It was very, very close until it wasn't. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
Just want to point that out because Liam's a good guy, and I don't want to do him a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though CGR can still contest because he doesn't have his token, it does mean that he is that much easier to take down because he loses those failures as counting as successes.
Yeah.
I could imagine a stagger into Thanos here, very early doors. No, she's going to go after CGR, I think.
Yeah. So she grappling and hooked herself. She does 1 move action onto the points.
Yep.
See what she does with her second action.
She has to stagger CGR first, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's Master Cat burglared him.
Ah, okay. Right on. She can do both, actually. So she's stolen his extract, and now is looking to probably to stagger him. Let's see.
No, because she's moved, and it's now an action.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
For Master Cat burglar.
Yeah. So she flipped the point. No, Connor failed to flip the point yet again, and also got the negative trigger.
And
Jesus Christ. This is disaster. An absolute disaster. I mean, this match was going to be hard enough as it was. To do those 2 failures on top of it all is just terminal. Just terminal. Yeah, this isn't Connor's game.
I mean, she needed 2 results because CGR is contesting it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, it's just insulting to get nothing and the skull. Starla's gonna take out Wong. He's just like bang, bang.
What has Wong ever done wrong? I really want a Sorcerer Supreme version of Wong, by the way, Norbert. Like a 5-threat Wong that really knows how to lay the smack down.
Yeah.
Joe says his X-Men bones are tingling.
All right, here we go. Let's see if Starlight just blows him off the table. Ooh, he looks like he's doing a spender.
He's spent for Hadron Enforcer. It looks like a hit and run as well, actually. So I think he spent the 5 for the Hadron Enforcer and the hit and run.
The full auto, not Hadron Enforcer.
Sorry, not the hard-on Enforcer. There we go. Yes, the full auto. Apologies.
That's casual 6 hits into 1 save. Boop. And there goes one.
Oh no.
It's just a disaster. And then he moves towards Daredevil. Outside of 4, probably.
Yeah, he's going to be able to hit him as well.
Oh God.
And he's still. Oh, he's slowed. He needs to remember that he's slowed.
Yeah, he's got the wrong stick out, doesn't he? Yeah, he's got the wrong stick, but I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters anymore. Well, it looks like he's just gonna.
He's not moved far enough anyway.
Yeah.
Wookie Matt, I think there could have very easily been a different outcome to this game. Like I say, I think you can take it back to Miles failing to flip that point, which sounds insignificant, but is quite big.
All right. He's got Daredevil left, and that'll be the end of his activations. He could pass. Huh. Maybe
Yeah, I think what are we seeing here? 1, Star-Lord securing 2. He's got 1 on Thanos plus an extra. I think, all Thanos needs to do is move himself, double move over to that point, flip that for the guarantee.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately for Conor, I think this is probably out of his grasp now.
Yeah. Rat Lord is 4 points away from winning. He's got 2 extracts. He's got 3 secures. Conor probably talking it through with him now, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad this game didn't last as long as the last one.
At least.
Otherwise, well, I'd have had questions to answer as to why I drank all my partner's whiskey. Would have been the first one, but secondly, it's getting quite hot in this soup in my office as well.
Temperature's going to be dropping like a rock, though. Have you seen the weather?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look at this spicy move. Double moves over to this point here. And I presume is going to try to flip it.
I don't think it's enough.
No. He's doing the best he can with what's left. There's an attack of some kind. He must have done a web swing or something.
Not with Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Somehow he got a free attack action. Oh, you got a free attack action. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice one.
He's the Devils of Hell's Kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah. He got it off of Wong dying, right? Let's read what it says here. Yeah, that's right. You just get an attack by paying 2 power. So he gets 3 attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with Wong.
Yeah. So, but doesn't roll very well at all. Jeez. All right, Conor, wrap this up so we can get to the chat and see what's going on. Roll the pay to flip, call it a day.
Yeah, I think even with the pay to flip, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's done. It's done. There we go. Yeah. 16-3.
There we go. Done. Right. So you want to join me over into their channel on the Discord?
Yep, I'll jump over there now and catch you in a second.
All right. Thank you, Rich. All right. If anybody has questions, please do throw them in the chat. And we'll endeavor to ask these guys about their game. Here it is.
It's just about to join now. There we
go.
Hello,
everyone.
Yeah, I hear him. How's it going?
Hello.
Yeah, good. Thank you, everybody, for letting us stream the game. Very interesting. We had a full house of chatters tonight watching you guys, so thanks so much. Well, Conor, good. Let's start with you. The obvious thing, the first question is you decided to go Web Warriors instead of Defenders, and you also decided to do Miles instead of Spider-Man's leadership. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts about what you thought you were going to be playing against and why you chose your roster that you did, or the team that you did.
Yeah, so I'll start a little earlier, which is basically, so I chose Secures with Prio,
right?
Which was basically a gamble that we don't get Researcher, because I think my secures and his researcher is probably my worst outcome.
Mhm.
But if we get my secures and not research with me having prio, it's my best chances of winning. So I went with that, and if I was on my secures, unless it was researcher, I was always going to play web warriors,
Mhm.
because that's basically what I always do. As to Miles versus ASM, I was actually debating that after deployment when you make the decision, because
Yep.
he didn't have crew of the Milano, which meant that ASM leadership would work. But I thought Miles' leadership would help me not get one shot quite as quickly, which yeah, not so much. But like I don't think the leadership choice really would have made a difference, given Miles was KO'd turn 2 and ASM was KO'd turn 3, and everyone was already slow by that point.
Yeah.
So I don't think the leadership choice actually mattered.
Mhm.
What really did matter was Miles sculling that portal roll turn 1.
Yep. Yep. So the chatters have a big question for you about that, and talks about the timing of that activation. They're wondering if you could have gone later in the turn instead.
No. So the reason I couldn't go later is because my other activation was Black Cat, and if Black Cat goes after a Cosmic Ghost Rider, I'm guaranteed an uncontested flip and a extract. Whereas if I go with Black Cat first, I either have to give up 2 points, or she has to try to not get double tapped and die to Cosmic Ghost Rider. So the reason I did Miles is because he was a lot further away from Cosmic Ghost Rider. So as long as I don't skull that, he can't reach me for more than 1 attack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it.
And then unluckily, I both missed it and skulled it.
Yeah.
Which even if I get it, but skull it, that point is ticking up throughout the game, because no one ever went back there.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I called that Conor and said, like, we can probably rewind this game and say that if you got that point and didn't skull it, it becomes a completely different game, because he has to commit resources to that side of the board.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, you're either racking up points on either side of the board, and it becomes that much harder for him to, for Jakob to catch up. But yeah, it was very unlucky, that roll, because you played it perfectly.
Yeah.
You got everything you needed, right? You threw Thanos off, and yeah, just the roll let you down.
Yeah, that was a huge bummer. That was the first of a few big swing points in the game. Miles dying after the skull was like pretty much guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Once we knew Cosmic was in range. The other big point in the game for me was, I think it was turn 3, where I basically had to decide if I commit Black Cat to flip the back point to continue my streak of getting 4.
Yeah.
Because if I score 4 a turn, I win turn 4. But because I had to double move for it, and because of the previous Miles thing, I was like, I get double tapped by Thanos if I skull it. So I decided to play more conservative. And then, as you saw, the next turn, I bunkered down in a pretty safe spot and still got one shot by a Thanos 7-die attack with no rerolls or crits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got you just to the point, and didn't even get the wild, so he wouldn't have been able to like finish you off with the throw or anything. It was a real, real shame. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky.
I mean,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you had that one big hit with ASM, but other than that, Rat Lord's dice tray was very kind tonight as well.
Yeah.
It worked.
The plan for me is not really to fight in this situation. My goal was to basically try and take out Star-Lord if I could.
Yeah.
I never thought I would go for Thanos, but when he sacrificed and I spiked the web swing all webbed up kick, I decided my best bet was just to take a Thanos activation off the board.
Yep.
Given I got the medium move anyway, and I made a bit of a bet. I can't remember if he had the spender online or just a builder at that point. I think it was just a builder for Star-Lord, but I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and check. And I made a bit of a calculated gamble that I could live with all my rerolls. But yeah, the ASM defensive dice were not doing their best tonight.
No. So
Which
let me
is,
ask you,
happens
if that
sometimes with
hadn't
him.
happened, the pay to flip up top there, what do you think your chances were then, with considering the rest of the game going more or less the way it went?
I think if he one-shots as many characters as he did, I'd probably lose turn 6 instead of 5.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, there were a few other big moments, like Thanos isn't that likely to one-shot a full health ASM with 7 or 8 dice, even with the rerolls. Especially with witty banter online. But that was kind of the last nail in the coffin. Was if ASM basically couldn't do anything this game.
Yeah.
After the web turn, he had a very strong first 2 turns, and then basically that was it. And I needed him to be running around flipping points.
Yeah.
So it may have mattered because basically it would have forced him to go back for it, because if he doesn't, I think I do win turn 4. But he also could have gone back for it with Star-Lord or Thanos.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is my characters just died too fast.
Yeah.
I played like all the toughest characters I could and healing, and played very cagey.
Yeah.
But it, I mean, the Thanos Cosmic Ghost Rider list is brutal. I've been thinking about it nonstop for the last few days, and just being like, hope his dice are bad.
So, Connor, one last question for you then. No matter the cost, what was the thinking using that with that card?
So that's was kind of just it's kind of my default card if I don't need brace, and I didn't think I'd need brace.
Right.
Miles can use it to do a spender to get get a extract off someone, and Black Cat can use it to stagger. I thought the stagger wouldn't come up because I assumed he'd play Crew of the Milano, but I was like, if he plays Thanos, I can stagger Thanos. But the way the game played out, Black Cat was never really near the action, and obviously Miles didn't activate again after turn 1. So it didn't end up really having a purpose. I have there's like a backup plan where I could have like a last-ditch effort for Daredevil to try to do his spender, but obviously, as you can see from the board state, that did not happen. Oh, the other big swing in the game is Cosmic Ghost Rider lost his Killy token at the worst possible time for me.
Good point. Yes.
And I was just like, because if he can't flip that point and hold a extract, I don't lose this turn. I might still just get tabled.
Yeah.
But I probably don't lose on points.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he could start playing the game, it was just particularly brutal.
Yeah. Well, sir, I'm sorry that you're not in the cuts, unfortunately. This was a bubble game, and it looks like the bubble burst underneath you, unfortunately. But we look forward to seeing you all in Copenhagen in 1 week's time, more or less.
Yeah. It's going to be good fun. So many of us are in the league are going over.
Yeah, it's brilliant for that reason. All right, let's switch over to Rat Lord. Jakob, congratulations. You've made it into the cuts. A big win for you here tonight. I'm sure you're feeling excited.
I'm very excited. Thank you very much.
Have you made the cuts before?
I've made it once before.
Okay.
Don't remember what season, though, but a few seasons back.
Okay, so it's been a little while.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And remind us, which part of Sweden are you coming from?
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Okay, great. Wonderful. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you're going to be at the WTC as well. And in fact, this is the roster that you've decided to bring along.
Yes, exactly. Only one minor thing is I didn't have crew in this, Crew of the Milano in this roster. It is in my WTC roster. I just forgot to update my TTS roster.
I was wondering what you did play it, because I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this is huge.
Yeah, during squad building.
It wasn't in your 10.
Yeah, during squad building, when I was like, and then I add Crew of the Milano, and I'm like, what does foreign assignment do here? Oh no, should I say something? No, I'll just go with it. It was my mistake. So that's why I didn't play it. Otherwise, I would definitely have brought Crew of the Milano to this game.
Okay. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your thought process then. Were you always going to play this roster, or what were you worried about when looking at Conor's roster?
I mean, when I looked at Conor's rosters, I was thinking he was probably gonna go webs. I think he couldn't beat me in a fight, so he wouldn't pick defenders.
Right.
This scenario, however, I feel was probably one of my worst spider portals. Is really not fun for Guardians.
Tell us why.
And well, they usually just like standing somewhere and shooting. When they need to walk to a point and then maybe get moved after they walk to that point, so they need to walk again, and they can't shoot, that's bad for them.
Yeah.
Every Guardians wants to make 2 attacks every round, without fail.
Yep.
I would say.
Yep.
So walking and getting moved, it's not fun for them.
So what went through your mind then when you saw this really bad scenario for you, along with Web Warriors that tend to excel on D maps?
I was just thinking I'm gonna do what my roster does and do it the best way I can, which is bring my big beating boys and beat down some spiders.
Yeah. Is this
So
your preferred team then at 17?
at 17, I usually bring this. Depends a little bit on scenario, but when I feel like I have no chance to win the scenario game, I just forget that this is a scenario-based game and start killing people. Because when I was building my squad for this game, I thought about bringing maybe Gamora and Agent Venom instead of Thanos, but that didn't feel as good because they can't really hunt down the spiders as well as Thanos. And if I just need big one-shots to kill like Miles or Daredevils or Black Cats, I just need that 8-die energy range free attack on Thanos to smack the spiders away.
Right.
That's why I brought Thanos in here.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 more characters. I was also a bit unsure if Hulk was gonna appear or not. He's very popular here in Stockholm, so people always bring him.
Mhm.
And against Hulk, I prefer to have a Thanos and Cosmic combo to take him out easily.
Mm-hmm. How long does Hulk manage to stand up when you face him with those 2 attackers?
The goal is usually to kill him. If I haven't killed him by round 3, I have failed my mission. Usually, I try to take him out by round 2. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously the failure of Miles on that trap made a big difference to you. But how once you saw that happen, what was the game plan? How did you decide to react to that?
So my general game plan was just to try and put as much threats as I can at one side of the board, make him run all his spiders to the other side of the board with the extract advantage, and then close in with Thanos, Starlord, and Cosmic. When he tries to run away, hunt him down with Cosmic Ghost Rider, and finish off the rest with Thanos and Starlord in the corner he has picked.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it went pretty well. I was most scared when I felt the biggest tummy ache during the game was when Black Cat ran down to the my board edge.
Yep.
Because I knew at some point I would need to send Cosmic or Thanos after her.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bunch of really tough characters to kill still in the bubble I created. But then I got really lucky. I one-shot ASM. I could take down Daredevil after a slight misplay with the Spider Tracker.
Yes.
Also had a bit of a tummy ache right there.
Yep.
Because I was afraid that might lose me enough momentum to lose the game.
Yep.
But Starlord just shot people down as well. So I got a little bit lucky there. Or I got very lucky there.
That's it.
Why
you don't have to be good when you're lucky, Jakob. That's the rule.
When you can roll 7+ dice on each attack, you're
right.
Roll. Wind in your hair.
Yeah, I always say Guardians get the luckiest because they have the best dice.
Yeah.
When you're re-rolling and boosting and counting skulls, you're gonna have good dice.
Conor, as a Guardians player, like it's I think it's just the fact that we only ever have 12% of a plan. Like we come into it, we kind of want to know what we're doing, and then we just fly by the seat of our pants and hope to murder everybody in our way.
Yeah.
Quick question, Jakob. Obviously, we've played before. We've had some good games in the past. I like this at 17 throughout. I was quite surprised when you took it at 17 because I felt like you could have taken I mean, you said you considered taking a couple of extra characters. It was very, very important, wasn't it, to take Miles or another big, not necessarily big hitter, but I think either Miles or ASM very, very early doors. And I know sort of Norbert asked the question, but if Miles didn't fail that first roll on that portal, how does that change your game plan in terms of what you would have done? Because all of a sudden, the ability to take Miles out that second round, I think, becomes less. Especially with the cards, I think he had fallback on board there as well, so he could have moved out of range of a follow up. What's your thoughts on that? And I mean, Guardians hate D maps, right? Just
Yeah.
generally, but what's your thoughts on that and how it would have affected the game?
I mean, if Miles wouldn't have gotten the skull there, he would have flipped the trap and just remained on the house.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think most likely what I would have done is I would have just still sent Cosmic after him. Would just have required a move action as well to get over there. So I probably would have moved, teleported as much as I needed. I don't think I could jank my Shane, but I will still have shot an 8-die Death Decreed. Maybe I didn't have power for Death Decree right then. No, I didn't. Thanos had 1 power. But still just go after him and try and beat him up. Killing Miles early was a priority for me because I didn't want that leadership around. And then go for the extract carriers after that, which I kind of did and kind of didn't. I left Black Cat alone. I was thinking very much round 2 of going after her. But yeah, I think just it's so tricky because I need to remember how turn 1 looked where everyone was. Probably I would have gone with Cosmic over to Miles, shot him, see how much damage. I don't think I would have taken him out, but I would have put some damage in him. If he would have taken like 3 to 4 damage, I would have gone with Star-Lord at the beginning of round 2, shooting Miles with a Death Decree. If he would have taken 2 or less damage, I think I would just need him to bite into that sour apple and go after him with Cosmic and put Thanos into ASM. That
No,
would
that's
probably be
fair.
my play.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
What do you worry about playing this roster, Jakob? Like, what is it that's problematic for you?
I mean, like, the things I'm the most afraid of is, of course, D maps. I really don't like them. I really don't like spider portals. And like just conditions when people just put a bunch of conditions. Like, I think maybe I understand the choice with Miles, and I think I would have done the same. But in retrospect, I think ASM leadership would have been a bit more annoying for me. Just slowing down my guys, making my potential to chase them a lot
Mm-hmm.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think staggers from Black Cat would have made it a lot worse for me. Stuns from Daredevil. I was terrified that Daredevil would try and stun Cosmic,
Yep.
because Cosmic really doesn't want to be stunned and slowed at the same time.
Yep.
He can't really do anything after that. So my big worry, especially since I had forgotten Crew as well,
Yeah.
which
Sure.
was
Sure.
uh, horrible because that's my plan against webs, is to bring Crews and try and use it at the best time. So I was a bit afraid that he would just walk up, put as many conditions as possible, and then just start running when his characters were injured and I couldn't hunt them down
Yeah.
with a point lead.
Um.
Uh,
Okay. I thought I had one more question now. I've forgotten. I just wanted to throw up. You keep talking about Crew the Milano, so maybe you could pull the card out of the tactics box and show everybody what it is.
yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Just need to take down.
It basically allows you to spend power, move all special conditions, but as well as removing all special conditions you have, it stops you from being able to gain any more special conditions as well. It's so powerful with Cosmic Ghost Rider because, to your point, Jakob, you put a stun on Cosmic Ghost Rider, and all of a sudden the 5 dice that he rolls, if you roll 5 successes, he still only gains 1 additional power.
Holy crap!
And
I'm
it's
just reading this card. The Guardians, Crew of the Milano, Rich. You spend, well, you know this, but you spend 1 power per Guardians. No, any character, or is it only Guardians characters?
it has to
Only
be
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, they have to be a Guardians of the Galaxy character. Yeah.
You spend 1 power. Not only you get to remove all special conditions, not one, all. You can't suffer anymore that particular round. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's
It's pretty
absolutely
wild
huge.
when you compare it to like. Yeah, it's pretty wild when you compare it to like Second Wind or Wheat Cakes, which is like 1 power to
Yeah.
heal 1 and remove 1 exactly specific condition, which they can then give back to you.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
Crew is so strong.
Jakob,
Yeah, it's very good.
I remember the question I wanted to ask you. You did actually lose 1 match because I think you're 5-1 now.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that one, if it was notable in some fashion?
That was a very good match. I played against A-Force, against Jim.
Oh, of course, yes.
And it was the most standoffy game I have played in MCP, I think. He stood with his bunker on his side of the map. I stood with my guns on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other for 4 rounds. Then Pyro walked up, pulled off 1 pyrotechnics, and he got 1 more extract than me. And then he started running, and I couldn't catch up.
I see.
But we basically stood still for 4 rounds.
So for people to help people understand, so you were bunkering with a bunch of guns shooting, but on the other side of the table, Jim plays A-Force with loads of bodyguards and other cards to help bodyguard, and so basically it was just sucking off all the damage, I suppose, and spreading it around so that you couldn't do anything to his bunker. Is that about right?
Exactly. I couldn't go in with a character without risking that character dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had aggressive on She-Hulk, so she could just walk up and smack them. He had a Domino standing there being ready to shoot people down if they got too close. So we couldn't really leave our bunkers, none of us.
Okay.
But then he committed Pyro. Pyro died, but he managed to get the extract off my Agent Venom. And I couldn't pick it up because I only had a crazy Cosmic Ghost Rider left. And then he got a point lead on me. And it was too late for me to break up my bunker and try to charge him down.
Interesting. That's interesting. What round was it that Pyro did that?
I think it was towards the end of round 4.
Okay. So almost the second half of the game, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. Rich, any more questions for the gentleman?
No more questions. Just a really well played, guys. Dice be nice. I think came down to a lot in this game, and just super stoked to Conor meet you again. Obviously over in Copenhagen, but Jakob to meet you in person as well. I am the Guardians representative for the English team under Pat. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hoping not for the mirror match. I think that's one of the things that Guardians hate the most is probably the mirror match. So yeah, looking forward to
I think
WTC.
everyone's worst.
Which one's
Yeah,
worse?
I think everyone's worst matchup right now might be Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Including
No
the
one likes
Guardians
us
players.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had a converse. Yeah,
I have sneaky tech. I came up against Guardians in round 5, and yeah, I built an anti-Guardians list, and it worked quite well. It worked very, very well.
Cool.
But
Winter Guard, baby.
Winter Guard.
Winter Guard.
The new
Winter
OP.
Guard.
All right.
I'm telling you now, my final statement, sorry, Norbert,
Go ahead.
I genuinely believe Winter Guard is one of the most slept on affiliations in the game right now.
Yeah.
Their leadership is utterly crazy, right? We looked at that Guardians card.
Yeah.
Every character gets to remove 1 condition at the beginning of their turn. Whether they're a Guardian, whether they're Winter Guard or not, it is really, really good. Really good. But I don't want everybody going out there and playing it because I kind of like my secret tech.
After WTC.
I
you can
also
play
don't
Winter
like
Guard.
weblining people that ignore it, so don't play Winter Guard, please.
All right, gentlemen, thank you again for letting us watch this game. Congrats, Jakob. We look forward to seeing how you do in the elimination rounds coming up.
Thank you.
For people at home, we take a week off now after the end of this week, which is week 6. We take a week off, reset things. If you made the cuts, then we start playing the 5 rounds of cuts. If you're not in the cuts, you can join any of the second chance leagues that'll take place in each of the time zone brackets. These are 4-round leagues that you get to play in for fun, but the winner of the league, there has to be a single winner in this case. Each of those then get a automatic ticket into the next season's elimination rounds. So something to fight for, even if you haven't made elimination rounds this time. With that, I would like you to like and subscribe so that you can see all the content that we going into the elimination rounds. But Rich, where can they catch you and your fine content that includes not only MCP but also Shatterpoint?
Oh, any degenerate place on the internet. No, Rich Mid Gaming. We try and do our best. We try and make some beginner-friendly content, helping people through their choices when they're going out there and buying packs and wondering what to put in their favorite affiliations. So yeah, catch me over on Rich Mid Gaming over on YouTube.
Yeah. The boys, Rich and Quinn, are right now going through all the new stuff in the brand new core box that's coming out. So fantastic set of content that's very timely for anybody new starting the game.
Absolutely.
Rich, you were an absolute pleasure being my co-host tonight. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you for having me. I won't lie to everybody at home. I have taken the jacket off and the tie and the waistcoat.
That's it.
Because I'm not on video anymore because it's got a little bit hot in my office. I'm not going to lie.
It's all the excitement of MCP. It'll do it.
And the whiskey helps as well. So you know that's.
But most of all, I want to thank everybody who was watching here tonight. The chatting room was going bonkers. It was really heaving with all kinds of fun activity going on there. Thank you so much for making this fun for us, and thank you for watching, anybody, because we do this just for you. We want you to learn about the game. We want you to find out about the game, and we hopefully have you get excited enough to tell your friends about the game to keep it growing because it's in a fantastic place right now. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.